iPad that I'm holding, this helps me to control the science on the sphere. I can rotate it, spin it around. It's just a little trick that I play, especially for the kids. I just put it here right on my side, I move it with my thumb, and then pretend like I'm the one moving it. That's why I introduced myself as Maui. Like Maui can control the world. And there's so much that we can actually see on the science on the sphere. This here is perhaps one of my favorite data sets. It's available for this machine. As you can see, this data set, it shows people what the air traffic looks like all around the world in just one day. Okay. All those little yellow lights you folks are looking at, those are airplanes. Just over the United States alone, there's about 87,000 airplanes in the air. Now, as I said before, there's so much that we can see on the science on the sphere. There's ocean data sets, there's land data sets, there's things like climate change, tsunami patterns, there's even data sets on space. This would be the closest you can get to the sun without doing distance. If it gets too hot in here, we switch it over to the moon. Sorry about that, guys. Got some water running around here. Now, this is all part of our National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa. American Samoa is one of 15 national marine sanctuaries in the United States. We became part of this system back in 1986 with the designation of a small area of American Samoa, a place called Planetary Bay. This is a 360-degree image of Planetary Bay underwater. This is a preferred place for a lot of people to go snorkeling, hiking. A lot of divers, if they come to American Samoa, they would always try to make it out to Planetary Bay. It's a beautiful place. In 2012, our sanctuary expanded. We now have 6 marine protected areas, and one of the newly added areas is another island of American Samoa, the island called Tauese. Now, this is a very special place. It is home to one of the world's largest and oldest corals. You can see the photo, this is an image of that coral. This coral is 23 feet tall, 135 feet in circumference, and it is estimated to be over 500 years old. Local divers have nicknamed this coral Big Mama. So Big Mama is indeed one of the world's largest and oldest Tauese coral, and it is right here in American Samoa. All right, folks, at this time, I would like to share with you all just a few short films that we have. One of the films, very particular, it highlights the Tauese longboat races that happens in American Samoa during our Flag Day celebration. Also, 2 years ago, we celebrated the 10th anniversary of our National Marine Sanctuary, and we put together a very special film for that event. So, with that being said, I hope you folks enjoy. Thank you.
Doesn't matter to me, but the skills of the rower, and that's very important. Everything has to be in perfect order for this boat to fly. One mistake by one oarsman will stop the boat. My name is Tauese P.F, and I'm the captain for the Tauese for the Manua district, representing Ofu, Osema, Samoan. But this boat right here, this is the longest of all of Tauese American Samoa, 115 feet. As you can see, maybe this evening, there's about 14, 13 volcanoes in the water, getting prepared for flight. The pride of the village and every young man on this island is on this boat, especially from all islands in the north. And we represent every single soul in the north. And it's a sport that we love to do. See how long the boat is? It's very difficult for me to stand in the back there trying to tell the guys up in the front what to do. And the only way to do that is by listening to the whistle.
I served in the U.S. Air Force for 8 years, and I was fortunate enough to be selected by my district to do the training for classing, and also be the leader of the boat, training the crew not only on land, but also on the water with the Air Force. It's not an easy thing to do. The flag day is in April, but usually we start training from December. 3 o'clock in the morning, starts raining, and then get up maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, then 4 p.m. on the water. And that's the daily routine. I grew up in the water, in the ocean, and that's why I have a lot of respect for this. With the photography, it's the same spirit. There's a lot to it. Taking 50 young men on the longboard, they take them out there for a ride. There's a reason why we do it. Not only showing that we belong to the ocean, you have the courage to lead your young men of your village. Now we don't just go out in the water just for fun.
I'm glad I grew up when I'm 66 years old right now, and I still have that heart for the culture and, the ocean, the land, the forest, everything go ahead. That's what we like to pass on to our kids and the younger generation. To maintain our identity, that's the most important thing to us.
Great panoramic view of this angler fish. See the fins are like modified to almost appear like feet. And they kind of hop if they want to take off. But I'm guessing they don't have to escape too many things down here.
Only giant ROVs.
Right.
This one actually has the lure extended out over its head.
I don't think D2 is going to take the bait though.
That rock has eyes.
Looks like a Dumbo octopus.
Beautiful animal.
Really incredible.
Looks similar to the character Dumbo, the elephant, when it's flying, swimming through the water column. You can see how it controls its propulsion with the fins behind its eyes. Is that a missing arm or maybe a regrowing arm?
Yeah, looks like it.
There might be some scarring there.
Looks like it may be an old individual.
This is really valuable footage. We know very little about the behavior of these cirrus octopods.
What was given to us by our Heavenly Father, the ocean and land. These are the two aspects of life that feeds us, that makes us grow, that gives us the way to go forward and live life the way the Samoans should live their lives. Te leo tātou whakapuma, te leo whetalainga tu la whale Samoanga fo e te mali, tuku mai, ki o tātou atanu le au mātua, o uku whawhau mai tu langa na whai e tu a, ele ngā te whanotanga e ngā te whai. Ia o whapena fo o se unga manu, I uta I le laurele. Tele fo le ana Samoa e mafua mai, I tu langa ngā te whale mo uta I le laurele.
The role of the National Marine Sanctuary in American Samoa is really to protect this critically important underwater environment. It's actually 6 different protected areas, which covers some of the most biodiverse and important locations in America's ocean territory.
Whakatere was the first National Marine Center in the island. Since then, the sanctuary has grown. Whanalua, Whanamaa, Paunu, Te Hu, Rose Atoll, and then Suicide.
Daniel Basta, the Director and High Top in Chief at Tauese, Department of Commerce, brought to my attention the issues and the needs, not only to the conservation side of things, but also to the preservation and research that it will bring, as well as developing this ocean center that has been a remarkable center of education and also realization for many people and why the ocean is important to our people.
My role has been merely as a siapo maker that was able to bring to the table when discussions were being made about how to connect something that is culturally Samoan to something that is modern. You know, the story is embedded within the Nomani themselves, the patterns themselves. And so the inspiration for me comes from that surrounding. From the tops of our mountains down to the bottom of our oceans, there is such beauty. And, you know, in addition to that, our culture, our people, our hospitality, and the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa brings that to others in a very worldwide way.
Arguably, the most important thing we got to do in American Samoa was to reveal the start of the 3rd global bleaching event. Now, this was an underwater heat wave caused by climate change that was tracking around the planet and killing coral reefs. And we were there right at the start to capture some really iconic imagery that showed the transformation from a healthy reef to a bleached reef, and then on to a dead reef. We visited 28 different countries when taking Google Street View underwater, but I think out of all of them, American Samoa was my favourite. It's got some of the oldest and largest corals in the world, and they're truly spectacular, but they're very, very remote, and most people will never get the opportunity to go and see them. And if we're going to protect them, we need people to see them. And that's exactly what's happened. Hundreds of millions of people have been able to virtually explore underwater American Samoa through this technology. The National Marine Sanctuary team was phenomenal. And it wasn't just on how they helped us get the imagery that we needed. It was just seeing their attitude to protecting the marine environment and also education and involving the local community. And it really sort of left me with a feeling of optimism about what's possible in ocean protection.
Saya juga ada kopi dari Goa dulu. Saya kadang mungkin baru ada sebab lupa makan. Saya mai baru tekan bahwa lah faina dia nak pada makan. Sebab ada dia ada kemilia ada. Saya boleh fire pakai tapi makan dia dia tengah saya waktu kamai dia ada cuci makan dan fire dia ipau tekan program yang kami ini tahu.
Samoa, kaku kofia, kaku makan, dia pasau dia banyak pasau ini dia. Ai, kalau masami lepas berkau, oleh dia sokai, lokaku sebuah, lokaku orang, dia mau kalau sekian, oh sama lama kopi dia boy mai. Oh, leo foi domingo, com ele sepulcro sama, o colocamos aí no Samoa. Deu que no mori foi a para Roma para cá, ele sanctuary American Samoa, e a war que para foi, foi domingo foi, porque ele war não para wa amakau whakaue o rātou sai ingo tukunga ia de marosi de pasawingo o the Marine Sanctuary in American Samoa.
Something I really admire about the sanctuary is how creative they get with their projects and with their outreach. Like the pop-up project we have going on right now, and I never would have imagined that that would be something that a federal agency would fund, like for kids to learn about how to make traditional fishing boats. Also, their summer reading program, and any program that involves the students really, especially any science projects or internship programs, because that's really when I started to get involved. I've always been interested and passionate about the ocean and marine science and marine conservation, but also on the professional side of things and also with my family. We've always been involved in tourism. We have a small hotel here. Tourism is such an underdeveloped industry here in American Samoa, and I feel like we have such a rare opportunity to really develop it responsibly. There's so much economic value in our natural resources that are so pristine and untouched that what we do with it now really matters. We have all the knowledge and all the understanding and all the science to support making really wise decisions with our land and with our resources to create new businesses and bring people home and create jobs that we don't have here. That's why I'm so passionate about sustainable tourism, because it has so much potential to do amazing things for our economy and our community, and developing it responsibly is the key to ensure that these resources are preserved for generations to come.
Every person that lives on this island, I think, has a duty to conserve, to maintain, to keep clean, to love and embrace our surroundings, like at your home, and then into the village, into our entire community, and then it goes on to our island for the next generation and the next.
I'm very grateful to National Marine Sanctuary Program and what they have brought to American Samoa and what they have committed to do in American Samoa in this effort, not only for us as a local community, but also as our contribution to science and to the contribution to the education of our children and our future generations.
And it's not to say that they haven't done enough. I think they've done so much and they've done an amazing job, but I feel like nothing will ever be enough. We need to do as much as we possibly can in partnerships with agencies like the Department of Education, the Bureau of Travel and Affairs. I think there's so much more that can and will be done, and I'm so excited to see it in all the years to come.
Tauese P.F. o Kufuana American Sanctuary American Samoa na Bahama matatu whainamatu. Ono o tuikuia o tulau umo si o tatu whiu do nanai. Ia P.F. na tapenanga e teana I luma. Ia ua lako ko whai mo alon whanau o te pulano o American Samoa. Tele whamaniana I American Samoa. Au tātou e tau tātou ula malamama. Ia maora kuikuia o lumana.
Thanks for the ride.
Thanks for the job.
Thanks for the air.
Thanks for dinner.
Gracias por gran día.
Thanks for the medicine.
Thanks for the adventure.
Thank you for the water.
The ocean takes care of us. Let's return the favor. Our most precious resource needs your help now. Go to thankyouocean.org to find out what you can do.